Hi, I'm Greg from Cutting Edge Stencils, and you're watching Hometalk. So today we're going to take this IKEA dresser that we picked up on the curb and we're going to upcycle it into a beautiful piece using a Cutting Edge Stencils Breezy Palm stencil. First thing we're going to do is remove the knobs or any hardware and give it a wipe down and remove any grease or grime. So just take your denatured alcohol, a little bit of a paper towel, and just kind of clean the surface. You can see I'm just cleaning off some of the grease and grime on this. I just want to get some of this off. There you go, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so I wiped down the piece the best I could, and now I'm going to go and fill any of these deep divots that we have here with some hole filler. I'm going to use Ready Patch here. This is a good one. This is a very strong one. It's for both interior and exterior use, and I'm just going to go down and fill any of these little divots here, scrape it tight, come back in about a half an hour. That should be good enough to sand and prime. This is a professional grit sandpaper here that has the open pattern. It's to prevent clogging. You can use your standard paper too. That's going to work just fine for this unit. I put mine on a handle like this because the unit's very flat, and I'm just going to give the whole unit a good sanding. I've dusted it. I'm giving it a quick final wipe down with the denatured alcohol, and now it's time to prime. Okay, it's time to prime, and with all paints you want to stir them from the bottom and make sure they're all mixed nice, and then this way we're ready to go. I have a little chip brush and I have a dense foam roller. It's going to make real quick work of this priming. So we're priming for a couple reasons. One reason is to get great adhesion on this surface so all of our paints stick really good. And the other reason is to block out any, say, water stains or stains that might be in the wood or in the finish that could bleed through our finish. So we're blocking those out now, guaranteeing that we're going to have a great result. Okay, primer's dry. It's time to put on the base coat, and I'm putting on 2 coats of my 1 hour enamel antique villa. It's going to look absolutely beautiful. I'm using my 4-inch dense foam roller. Leaves a very smooth surface. I did take the drawers out because we're doing those in a different color. The stencil we're using is a reverse stencil, which means that we're actually painting the background color. Okay, you'll see that when we do the drawers. Okay, we finished our antique villa base coat on the dresser itself. Now the drawers are going to get a Higgins Lake, which is this beautiful color here, and I'm going to use the 4-inch dense foam roller again and put, it might be 2 to 3 coats of Higgins Lake 1 hour enamel on the drawer fronts themselves, which we'll be stenciling next. Okay, here's our Breezy Palm stencil. We're about to get started. We're going to do it right in place. We've masked off the perimeter of the drawers here. So I'm going to start by placing the Breezy Palm in the top left corner here, just like this. Okay, pop it right up there, top left corner, and then drop your tape down. A little spray adhesive on here is a good idea. Just make sure you spray it outside so you don't breathe the fumes. And don't worry if your stencil is sitting above the surface a little bit. The pressure of the roller is going to push it down. I'm coming down here. I've got my beautiful Wise Owl 1 hour enamel, my 4-inch dense foam roller. You definitely want to be using a dense foam roller for this. Okay, I'm going to offload onto the paper towel so I don't have too much paint. That's a nicely loaded roller. And we're going to come right up here and go to town. Light to medium pressure. Don't over-roll. Don't go outside the edges here. Pay attention. All right. Light to medium pressure. Don't try to get coverage in one coat. You can build it up slowly. Okay, let's peel this. See what we've got. Just beautiful. And now we're going to use the built-in registration system, which is right here. This shape right here is going to align with this shape right here. And now it'll be aligned and ready for the next print. So I place that. And we are ready to go. Okay, I'm going to fill in the top area here with this top edge stencil. At Cutting Edge Stencils, we usually give you a top edge stencil. It helps you to complete this very skinny area that's at the top of the stencil. So I line it up with my previously painted areas, tape that in place, and I'm ready to stencil this area right here. This will wrap up the drawer faces. It's looking great. Medium pressure. Let's take that down. Okay, we've got the front stenciled. I'm now going to unmask. Check it out. Be careful unmasking, especially if you have a fresh finish. Nice and slow. Beautiful. We want to protect this beautiful piece of artwork here, so we're going to use 2 coats of Wise Owl 1-hour enamel satin clear. And the last step is adding the hardware. Thanks for watching this episode of Home Talk, and we look forward to seeing you next time.